everybody. Pilates for the next 55 minutes, nice and focused, really connecting with the muscle that we're engaging with. As always, any issues, you can message me, help you out as much as I can. Something doesn't feel good, please don't do it. Adapt, modify. Yep, be happy with what you can manage. Awesome.
Sorry I'm late.
It's okay.
I need to update apparently.
You need to update.
Yeah.
Your phone or you?
Well, both, evidently. I can't get you on my, well, anyway, I need to update my laptop, my desktop. So you'll be little today.
Oh.
I don't know, I'm telling you. Made it.
I'll let Tara. Can you mute Sam, or has she got to do it herself now?
I can do it, I'll do it.
All right. Okay. Seem to be chopping my head off a little bit. Let me just, oh, wrong way. Technical. All right. So set yourself a nice stance, feet under the hips, standing up nice and tall. Lift the shoulders, roll them back, pull them down, and release. We're going to do it again. Lift the shoulders, roll them back, pull them down, and release. This time, lift the arms, roll them back, and pull them down, and release. Lift the arms, brush past the ears, pull them back, and release. Last one, lift the arms, pull them back, and relax. Arms out to the side. Rotate the torso one way, back to the center, and the other way, back to the center. Here's a modified version. Hands just drop to the hips, still turning the shoulders. One more each side. And back to the center. Place your hands on your thighs. Nod your chin to your chest. Lift your chin, eyes up to the ceiling. Chin to chest. And lift, inhale. Exhale, nod. Inhale, lift. Okay, this time, exhale, nod. Now keep rolling down, sliding the hands down the thighs, curling through your spine. Slow and steady. Sooner or later, you'll get to the bottom of where you can go, and you're going to hold here and relax everything. Let the head and neck hang. Let's come back up. So reverse, curling through that spine, using your hands on your legs, articulating every single vertebrae. Chin tucked until you stand tall. Lift the chin. Let's go again. Nod, chin to chest, rolling, curling through the spine. At the bottom, take a second to find that complete relaxed position. And then slowly rolling up. Good. And relax. Feet a little wider. Draw a line between your toes. Slide everything back and to the right. Sitting right back, feel that little tug on the inside of your thigh. Breathe in here. Exhale and push across. And switch. 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 If you can start to get a little bit more space between your feet, so you've got a little bit more stretch coming in as those legs warm, muscles get warm. Last one. Find the middle, straighten up both legs and lower the chest towards the floor. You can bend your arms and work towards getting your elbows on the floor. Don't worry if you're not there. Good. And come walking those feet together. We're coming down into an all four position. Starting off with a nice few little moves for the back. So we set the quadruped nice and strong, piece of string pulling through the top of your head so that you have a nice neutral spine. Belly is drawn strong but not lifted, back is flat. I'm going to drop the chin and then lift the belly, giving me a nice cat stretch. Now drop the belly and lift the chin into cow. And reverse that, drop the chin, lift the belly. And drop the belly, lift the chin. So one more time, drop the chin, lift the belly. And now from this position, start to move your hips back a little bit. Probably about 1/3 to 1/2 of the way towards your heels. You're going to feel a bit more of a tug here at the base of your back. Mild discomfort is okay, pain is not. So listen to your body. And relax. Soften the toes, drop your bottom down, slide your arms forward and take a child's pose. Good. Up to all fours, curl your toes under behind, lift your knees, extend your legs and press your heels towards the floor. Into down dog. If your heels don't touch the floor, please don't worry about that. We're going to walk the dog now anyway and try and get a little bit more flexibility. So just bend one knee. It should allow you to press firmer on this straight leg and then simply take a breath and switch. Take that exhale to press the heel and really tug in that gastrocnemius at the back of your leg. Try not to make this about the bottom and a hip wiggle. It's a bend of the knee which should give you room to press. Even if it only presses a little further than normal and still doesn't reach the floor, it's all good. Okay, relax, both knees down, child's pose, and then take those hands to your heels, just to give your shoulders a quick rest. Okay, hands come forward. Let's take the body forward and lower the elbows. I'm going to change position here just so that you can see, and then I might spin the other way again. You're going to make a fist in the center of your mat. Elbow is out to the side. You're going to wrap that fist with the other hand. So you've now got a triangle between your forearms. This is called dolphin. You're going to place your forehead. It's important that it's your forehead and not the top of your head, just because of the way that we want the positioning of your shoulders. So forehead goes down in the center of your triangle. You curl your toes under behind, and then you extend, lift the hips and straighten the legs. Quick spin sideways so you can see. So this is going to give your shoulders a lot of work, which is why we want to stay on the bridge of your nose and your forehead. You go to the top of your head, you take it all out of the shoulders, it goes into the elbows. That chest is pushing towards your toes and your heels are pushing towards the floor, just like in down dog. Breathe and hold. Somebody is standing behind you. They've got a hold of your hips and they're trying to pull them up to the ceiling for you to really lengthen those legs. And relax. Knees come down. We soften the toes. We take the arms to the heels. Child's pose, taking the pressure off the shoulders. And relax. And if you had to come down out of that a little early, because it was just a bit too long in there, that's okay. Time spent in the pose is also a way that you can get stronger. Not only the better position, the more correct position, but definitely length of time as well. Okay, come on down to your bottom. Rest your head and shoulders, feet are hip width apart, 6 or 8 inches from your bottom. Imprint that tummy. Pull your belly button down towards your spine, creating a nice abdominal brace. Try and make sure that your knees stay in line with your hips and over your ankles. Now simply lift your heels on both feet. So toes are down, heels are up. Bring one foot off the floor, still bent, knee coming towards your chest. Keep that imprint of your tummy and switch the legs. Little breath. This is called tiny steps. Good way to warm up the abdominals. Shouldn't feel this in your lower back at all. If you do, maybe you need a tiny little bit of a towel rolled up under there, or maybe you need to brace your abdominals a little bit more. Okay, both down on the floor. We're going to take it to the next level. If it's too much, you go back to what we just did. Both knees together, up and down, up and down. Breathe when it feels like work. Keep that imprint, keep that tummy drawn strong so you don't feel this in your back. Toes down, heels down, hug the knees. Good job. Single leg stretch. We keep a hold of one knee. We lift the head and shoulders. If you really need to, you can, of course, rest that back down. Extend one leg on a 45-degree angle. And switch. Keep your chin tucked. Use that breathing. And relax. Single leg stretch into double leg stretch. Extend the legs and the arms, and then bring them in. So to modify this move, you'll simply take your toes further up to the ceiling. If you need to support the head, pop one hand behind, no problem. Keep that imprint, keep that tummy pulling down and strong. Last one. And relax. Extend the legs on the floor. Extend the arms overhead. If you need the little roll in the small of your back, feel free to pop it there now. We're going to roll up, roll down. If you need that extra help, it will help with any back issues or any weaker abdominals. Lift the arms, lift the head, the shoulders, pull with the chin, sit tall. Let's take a spine stretch forward here, and then we release and we go down. You'll be breathing out on the way up and out on the way down, finding time to breathe in at the top and the bottom. Nice little spine stretch forward at the top. Slow and steady wins the race. Take out any momentum. Make it all controlled effort with muscle engagement. You guys know how to make these harder. Keep those arms by your ears to add some more challenge. All right, we want to set that challenge, so we want to keep going here, a couple more. It should start to feel difficult before we stop. And when you're finished, stay sitting. I probably caught most of you at the bottom. All right, going to come back onto your elbows. Draw one knee into the chest, pop it down and switch for the other side. Feet are flexed. 4 levels to this workout. Always know that you can go back to the one you were doing previously if it gets too hard. The jump from level 3 to level 4 is quite significant. So we're going to speed this up, exchanging the legs, but there's the tap of the heel on the floor on the extended leg. Belly is drawn down and strong. All right, now no heel on the floor, just extend it out. Remember, if it's too much, drop it down, stay with the one you were doing. Okay, we're going to change this reciprocating movement to both legs out, one leg in, both legs out, one leg in. Keep it in the front of your body. Keep pulling your belly button through. And relax, rest the legs. Come off the elbows and give me a nice big full body stretch. Point the toes, reach the fingertips. Make yourself as tall as you can. And release. Take the legs up to the ceiling. Feet are flat, side by side. Palms are up at the side of your body. Now you might find yourself trying to use your upper body on this one. So really is a game of you winning and not letting your body adapt and modify. It'll try and turn your palms so that you're pressing your pinky finger into the floor to help. Nothing in the upper body should help. Just the lower abdominals pushing the feet to the ceiling. You might find your feet get into a little rhythm of swinging backwards and forwards. Try to stop that. Just up and down. Last one. And hug the knees. Corkscrew. Legs are up to the ceiling, toes are pointed. Lots of ways that you can modify this. Try to make sure that you're always working at a nice, challenging position for you, but nothing that's going to put your body at risk. So you can adapt with how wide the arms are. They're either close or they're wide, and how big your corkscrew is, small and compact or bigger. So 2.5 circles of the toes before you stop and go back the other way. Breathe through the movement. Have a little play around with where your arms are. Maybe you can make it more challenging by simply bringing them closer to your body. Or perhaps you like how big you can make your corkscrew with your arms wider. The whole time we're pulling that belly button down towards the spine, keeping that imprint. Breathing through your circles. Last one. And relax. Hug the knees. Okay, feet on the floor, hip width apart, 6 or 8 inches from your bottom. Bring your hands up to the tops of your ears. Fingertips are just resting at the back of your head. It's not enough for you to pull your head up, and we want to keep those elbows nice and wide. So the chin lifts, we curl the upper body. You're not going to get up very far, and then we're coming back down. Up and exhale, lower and inhale. Leading with the chin. When I say that, I don't want you to curl your neck and tuck your chin, okay? So leading towards the tops of the knees with your chin. Okay, this time we're going to stay at the top. And pulse. Little movement. And if you need to break off early and rest, please do. Try not to pull on the head. It's just fingertips, and those elbows stayed out nice and wide. You're a big bird. You've got a big wingspan. And relax. job. The arms are reaching down the side of the body. The head and the shoulders come off the floor. We're allowed to push those fingertips a little further. I'm going to bring those fingertips round to tap the ankle on the one side and then switch and tap the ankle. Tap, tap. Last one, and rest. Awesome. Should feel like we kind of pretty much took care of every part of the front of the body there. We're going to roll over onto our front and tackle the back side of the body. So if you have something with you in the house right now, doesn't matter what it is, and if you don't have anything, you're going to just pretend you've got something. But it actually helps to have something in your hand. As I say, if you have nothing, just pretend you're holding something. So arms go straight out in front, and that's where your object is if you're passing something. When you lift into dorsal raise, I want you to keep your head down so that you're, lifted, but eyes looking down, so that you don't end up doing this and curving your cervical spine, okay? So eyes stay looking down. So we dorsal raise, that's front and rear lift. Arms are straight and you pass your object to your hand over your bottom and then bring it back to the front. And pass it. Over the bottom, pass it. We are strong in that dorsal raise. If it's a little too much for you, maybe lose the legs and keep the chest lifted with those circles. One more in this direction. So we get to the front, we're going to pass the other way. Pass it round. Arms staying straight. Find time to breathe. Two more. Last one. And relax. Just give that a little stretch off, bring the hands to the chest, push away from the floor, and give me a little quick sit back with those hips into child's pose. Okay, come forward to your elbows. You're either here with your hips forward and your knees down, or you're going to curl your toes under and lift your knees with straight legs. This one is a little bit of a technical move. So I'm going to explain. You are going to imagine that you have a piece of string tied around your belly button, and that piece of string, when you're laid flat, is coming up here underneath your chin, and then there's somebody stood there, and they're giving that piece of string a little bit of a pull. So they're pulling your belly button. Okay, I'm going to show you what it shouldn't look like. It shouldn't look like this, okay? Because this is actually a stretch for your Achilles. So pulling from here, it's going to be very minimal movement of your body. It's going to feel a little bit like pelvic floor exercises, a little bit gritty. You can do them here too, remember, when you're ready. Plank position, piece of string, and begin. Little tugs. You need to drop to your knees partway through, that's okay. Just focus on engaging right deep in your core. Last couple. And relax. Don't worry if you broke early. Come into child's pose. Okay, down to your belly. Arms will be down the side of the body. We will be, this is flight, we will be in a dorsal raise, front and rear, eyes looking at the floor. Arms are long and strong. We will rotate the palms, 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out for 100. About 80, your arms are not going to feel like yours. I'll let you know when we get there. Keep going, that last 20 is where it counts. Oh yes, and keep the arms nice and strong, okay? Try not to just twist at the wrist, and don't bring in the total shoulder movement. Just a rotation of the arm. Going to tighten up those back wings. Have lovely arms for the summer. Are you ready? Okay, dorsal raise, lift. Arms long and strong. Rotations, 5 in, 5 out, begin. Keep going. And relax, good job. Hands to the chest, push back, child's pose. Okay, just a couple of little upper body strengthening movements. I know that we get it a lot in everything we do, but just a couple of extra ones in here. You're in a quadruped, okay? Hands directly under the shoulders. Now I want you to place the heel of your hand to where the top of your fingertips are. So you take a whole palm length forward. So that puts you slightly offset. I want you now to put your shoulders back again above your wrists. And that meant that your hips move forward and you've added a little bit of body weight into your, into the movement. Gets too much, just pull that body weight back again. Maybe pull the hands back, okay? So we lower the elbows, they stay in line with the shoulders and the wrists, and then we push into the palms to bring yourself back up. Don't go so low that you've got to get to the bottom, because you can't get up from here with your triceps. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. It's directly targeting the backs of the arms. If you want to, you can move your knees back another couple of inches if you are wanting to load a little more, or you take it away. It's up to you. Make sure that when you move, those elbows don't start to creep out to the sides. They should always stay in line with your knees. Excellent. What is happening with your tummy right now? It should be braced and strong. One more. Good job. Slide your hips back, bring those hands in nice and narrow, and lower your chest. It's going to tug on the backs of the arms for you, give you a little stretch here. Turn sideways. We're still kneeling. If you need any extra comfort or anything, feel free. You know, little cushion, little towel under the knee, under the hip, whatever you need. We're going to place the hand down and position the body so that it's in a nice straight line from the hip to the shoulder. The shoulder for maximum safety should be above the wrist. Okay? Abdominals are nice and straight. I'm going to give you a quick option here. Look, you can do it from here if you need to. Okay? So we bring straight leg, pointed toe, forward for 2. 1, 2. We flex at this point, and we take that leg to the rear and push the heel back for 2. 1, 2. Toes forward, 1, 2. Flex, heel to the rear, 1, 2. One more. And relax. Good job. Come all the way down. Come down to the mat. Head resting in your hand. So we are going to lift both legs from the floor. Flatten up your feet. Now put hip width distance between your feet. If you need to modify, make this a little easier, drop that bottom leg to the floor. Okay? You can keep it up, great. We are getting so much more then from core control. Just want you to lift and lower the top leg. We're literally moving 2 or 3 inches, working that abductor. All right, hold it hip width apart, push the heel on this top leg, and then paint me a little circle with the heel of the foot. If you feel like you're going to fall and you want to pop that hand down to give you some security, okay. But if you take it away, it's your tummy holding you up. Getting a little bit of a burn in there. Keep breathing. It's requiring rich oxygenated blood. And relax. Bend those legs and give it a little bit of a rest. Nice. Good job. We're switching to the other side. And we are up for the first one. Back into that kneeling position. Now, it's safe to say that a lot of our supporting muscles, when we change to the other side, are already tired because we just worked them, okay? So just be mindful of that. Don't ever be mad that the second side was never as good as the first side, because sometimes you've picked your favorite side already, and sometimes those muscles are already fatigued, okay? That's how it goes. Okay, so we're kneeling. We've got to set that up so we're nice and strong. Remember, you can be hip down and elbow down. A little bit less range on your swing, but it can still happen. All right, straight leg, toe pointed, 2 forward, heel to the rear. Let's go. 1, 2, flex, heel. 1, 2, forward. Good job, keep going. One more. Good job. Come down. All the way down to the elbow, head resting in the palm. Legs are straight. We're going to flatten up those feet, lift them from the floor, and then put a hip width between them. Tummy is braced so that we don't roll. Catch yourself if you do, and lift and lower, up and down. So we want to stay in a focused movement. We don't want momentum to start getting involved, so it's a small movement. 2 or 3 inches. It won't be long before that muscle fatigues and you start to feel it. Okay, hold it hip width. Make sure that heel is really pushing on that top leg. Remember, you can drop your bottom leg to the floor if you really need to. Give me a circle with the heel of the top leg. Pushing, tiny little circle, kind of teacup size. I realize that was very British. It wouldn't be my class without my little Britishisms. Breathe through that burn. Birds are going mad behind me now. Shush, budgies. And relax. Woo. Bend the legs, release that hip. Obviously, with everything, mild discomfort's good. Pain isn't. Well done. Roll onto your back. Let's do teaser. So teasers, as you know, requires you to lift your upper body and your lower body. Many variations to it. Double leg straight, single leg straight and alternate. Double leg bent, single leg bent and alternate. There is also another version where you can leave your arms out to the side and push into the palms to come up. So you've got that option for any weakness in the back or weakness in the abdominals. Okay, as many as you can, nice and strong, and begin. Nice big exhale as you lift, inhale as you reset. And you know what's happening with your body. So I want you to make sure that it isn't one area of your body and then the other. Try and work on getting them up together, even if it means that you have decided in order to be able to do that, you've had to modify. Awesome, keep going. One more if you've got it. Nice. Well done. So, just want you to draw your feet in as close to your bottom as you can. Heels on the floor, toes on the floor. They're nice and close to each other. We often have them hip width apart. I want the feet almost touching if you can. Hands are at the side of your hips. Draw your belly strong and lift up the hips and push into those heels. Keep the hips lifting. The placement of the feet will restrict how far you can come up. I want that restriction because here you should be feeling inside thighs, glutes, a little bit abdominals at the front, not much. Keep squeezing and lower and lift. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, and lift. Lower and relax. Bottom comes down, knees come to the chest. Okay, Pilates 100. Last working exercise. You guys are well rehearsed at this one by now, so we'll just run into it together. Head and shoulders lifted, eyes looking at your knees, arms long and strong. Beat the air underneath the palms, 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out. Belly drawn strong the whole time. If you need to support the head, please do. Choose your leg difficulty, straighten 45, and then know that you've got options to change the angle and bend them. Ready? Let's go. And relax, rest, hug the knees. Might have been a little bit of Pilates tax on there. Awesome, relax the shoulders. Circle the knees nice and slowly. Stop if it doesn't feel good. If it's okay, make the circle a little bigger. Hold in the center, circle the other way. A little bigger. And relax. Take the arms out wide to the side. If you have any back issues, don't cross your legs. If you're okay, cross one over the other. Lower the knees carefully to one side, keeping your shoulders down on the floor as you twist. And then if you want a little bit more stretch, looking out and away from the direction of the knees. Relax. Take a few deep breaths. Slowly bring the eyes and the knees back to the center. Switch them if you're crossing. Slowly lower to the other side. Move slowly, carefully. Use your abdominal strength. And then if you want a little more to that twist, turn your head. Relax and enjoy that lower back stretch. Eyes and knees to the ceiling. And roll yourself up to sitting. Legs out straight in front. Sitting up nice and tall on your sit bones, take a deep breath in, lift the arms. Exhale and fold forward, curling through your spine. Allow for your shoulders to round through your back. Try not to be tempted to bounce. Stay exactly where you are. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale and sink a little deeper. Developing the stretch. Let's do that one more time. Stay where you are. Deep breath in. Exhale and sink deeper. And slowly release and roll yourself up to sitting. Bring the soles of your feet together. Take a hold of your ankles, walk your bottom a little closer. Use the weight of your arms to try to open out the knees. Continue to breathe. Now take a hold of your toes, round your shoulders, curl your spine, and drop forward. And lift up. Awesome job. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend. Take care of yourself and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.